Hey guys, it's me, Mr. Brown, coming for you live. Today is Thursday, May 7th. Um, just give me a second. I'm getting some feedback here. Okay. Um, what I'm doing today is I'm trying out a different method for our YouTube videos. I am recording myself via Zoom, so that's how you can see me, but then also how I can write. Um, so just going to try it out today. If you are following along with our assignments on Teams, lesson 9 is where you should be tomorrow, Friday, May 8th. And that's going to be working on the distributive property. And this is going to be part 1 of the distributive property, okay? So what we're going to look at is we're going to look at pretty much 9.3. Let me go ahead and just switch my color. So this is 9.3 right here, which is in your packet. And I guess we'll just jump right head on into it. So the distributive property is something that we can do to help make our calculations easier. And the way that we do that is that we look at the problem, and on the problem that we have, that is 5 times 98. To do 5 times 98 is not an easy problem. So to make it easier, we're going to actually expand it out or distribute out the numbers. So step 1 is to write the equation out. And then step 2 is to figure out how we can break up the bigger number that we can't multiply easily into 2 separate numbers. So the numbers that we got broken up into, oh no, is 102. Step 3 is to rewrite the problem saying 500 times 100 minus 5 times 2. Step 4, what 5 times 100 is 500, 5 times 2 is 10, and then we're going to just subtract 10 out of 500, giving us 490. If we wanted to, we can say 490 divided by 5 and just work backwards to figure out that it is, in fact, 98. Okay. So what I'd like to do is I'd like to look at the next row and then the row after that and work through that to try and give you an idea and give you some inside input to what the distributive property is. So the problem that is on our screen right now is 33 times 12. And this is purely out of your book / packets. So step 1, write out your equation. Step 2, which they've already done for us, is to identify what we want to break apart. And so in this instance, they decided to break apart 12 into 10 plus 2. You could also, if you're comfortable with 12s, you could also do 30 plus 3 times 12. But in this instance, we're just going to stick with what they have. So step 3 is to reformat this problem so we can see what we need to do. So with the distributive property, we're going to be distributing in the 33 to our problem, okay? So we're going to have 33 times 10 plus. We got to make sure that we have that plus there. I'm running out of room, so I'm going to write this down a little below. 33 times 10 plus 33 times 2. Okay? So after we do that, we're going to go down, we're going to do our next step of the problem, which is where we're going to actually multiply both parts of those to just have something plus something. So 33 times 10. I'm going to pause here to give you a couple seconds to figure that out if you've already figured it out. Perfect. So 33 times 10 is 330. And then 33 times 2 is 66. So then what we're going to do is we're going to add 330 plus 66. And that is going to give us 396. Again, we can double check our work, or if you want to, you can just set this up vertically and multiply it the way that you have in the past. Um, However, we're not going to do that because I don't want to take a lot of time today doing this. Um, so the last problem that I want to look at, this is still 9.3. This is the third row. So the third row, it is only giving us 2 of the 5 columns, the column 3 and column 4. So that'd be step 3 and step 4. Step 3 is giving us 3 times 10 minus 3 times 4. And then it's giving us our step 4, which is 30 minus 12. However, what we need to do is we need to figure out what column 1 and column 2 is. And then we need to figure out what the total is, or the value. So let's start with trying to figure out what column 2 is. So column 2 is where we are going to have that parentheses where we're showing where what we're doing. If you can see in our parentheses, we're going to have subtraction based off of what's right there. And then I can see that we're going to be multiplying 3 in, leaving us with 10 and 4. The reason that I'm leaving it 10 minus 4 or not, and I'm not doing 4 minus 10, first off, we're not working with negative numbers yet. And second off, we are, if we look back at our previous one, when we fold in the numbers, we're leaving the other numbers the same. Okay, so the 10 was first here, and now it's first here. Okay, so what we're going to do is now we have step 2, which is 3 times 10 minus 4. And then, and I'm going to leave this in green, we can say, okay, so we know that's going to be 3 times 10 minus 4. 10 minus 4 is 6. So our step 1 would be 3 times 6. And then once we go all the way down to our value, 30 minus 12. Pause right here to let you guys figure that out. Sorry, guys. 30 minus 12 equals 18, which is the same thing as if we just did 3 times 6, which is equal to 18. Okay. So just to close up this video, and this is basically me reading off of page 90, which is our lesson 9 summary. So when we need to do mental calculations, what we can do is we can often come up with ways to make the calculation easier to do mentally. Suppose we're grocery shopping and need to know how much it will cost to buy 5 cans of beans at 79 cents a can. We can calculate mentally in this way of doing 5 times 79. And then we know that we can do 5 times 70 and 5 times 9 separately, which will give us to 350 plus 45, which then we add together to figure that that's 395. Pretty much just try your best, guys. Meet with us every Monday, 10:30. If you are one of my parents, I've been sending out emails. I'll be sending out another email today. If you haven't been getting my emails, please send my Google Voice number a text message. Um, I apologize. I'm at home homeschooling two kids and also dealing with a baby who wants to walk. And as I can tell you, being the homeschooling teacher is not as easy and is not as fun as actually just having your kid go to school. Okay. So again, if you're a kid, class meetings at 10:30 every Monday. If you're a parent, please let me know if you're getting my emails. If not, call or text my Google Voice number. Take care.